that was looking at that and how to bridge that gap. I do a lot of coaching around that, John, because it can cause so much of an issue. And high achievers always want more, right? It's the desire to have more. And I love that.
Barbara, let's talk through one of these cases you worked on where you helped someone work through this kind of ideal versus real self-cap. Can you share that story with us?
I was working with someone who really was struggling in the organization and very effective, but known as causing chaos for lots of different reasons. Part of it was very outcome focused, not relationship focused. I mean, I could go on and on. Didn't manage her own stress well. Um, and when we, kind of uncovered it, we found that the gap between her ideal self and her real self was so far away. So an ideal self is how we imagine ourselves, want, you know, what we really see ourselves as being. And her real self was so far away from that. She would present herself like an ideal self in her mind, but people saw the real self. She would present herself as if she was in the ideal self, but her real self was way far below that. So that was causing so much for everybody, really, not just her, right? Because she was behaving a certain way that wasn't really her. So that was looking at that and how to bridge that gap. I do a lot of coaching around that, John, because it can cause so much of an issue. And high achievers always want more, right? It's the desire to have more. And I love that. I mean, one thing I start the book with is how wonderful it is to be a high achiever and never try to change. We don't want you to change. We just want you to have the tools to really live the life you want to live.
Yeah, turn
Does
all
that
those.
answer your question, John?
I think it did, and really, helping people work through that values assessment, figure out, where are you versus where you want to be, and how is that presenting to the world, right? It makes me think of one of my favorite quotes by Jeff Bezos, "Your brand," right? And it's what people say about you when you're not in the room, which I always appreciate. And I'm guessing this person was having some pretty negative things said about them when they weren't in the room prior to the work that you did with them.
It's true, but also there was a lot of emotional pain, right? Because the internal dialogue was just quite negative because it wasn't where she wanted to be.